All right. Set the set the deck up. I got a bunch of students I got to call. Um, you saw the email about training, right, Rush? It's just they keep piling it on us.
Oh yeah, the recent one that just got
Yeah,
sent from Google.
Banky. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I just seen that, and I meant to say, yesterday you was talking about something. You was going to talk to me about something. You was like, yeah, I talked to you about it. It was something else you was saying.
Oh no, I already
Yesterday.
said it early. You might not have heard it. I was trying to do the actual music because I think music is therapeutic. That's why I didn't mind using it. But what I found out is the Google Drive link that I said nobody responded really, but I
Hmm.
tested it out with my son. I found out that it doesn't open up on a cell phone. So if students, this generation likes cell phones. So what I found out is you can click on the link and it'll take a while to load, even if it's on the Google Drive. That's sad. And then the other thing is I have to revert back to using YouTube, but you can't use too many music files because it's copyright claim. Because what happens is it's not that I'm in trouble or you'll get in trouble. They just will block the video, and that makes it hard for students to view the videos
Hmm.
overall. So it's like I had to scale back. It was cool, but once that thing popped up, your video is blocked from YouTube. I was like,
That's crazy.
darn.
Yeah.
So it would have been cool, but and that's even after you say Fair Use Act, they still
Hmm.
they still block it.
That's crazy. Even if you say I do not own the rights to whatever when you.
Right. It doesn't matter. It flagged it twice. And I don't mean flag like copyright claim. That's how I started off. So that's a minor infraction or whatever.
Yeah.
But when it blocks your video, you can't even send it out, the link out. Like it just won't even process. So but I did
Mhm.
find that lo-fi music that does not get blocked. Only
Oh yeah.
problem with that is because I think it's like open source music. And I'm talking about this joint right here. Let me share this. Stop presenting. And what you'll see is one, I don't know if you listen to the music, it comes through choppy. Here we go. Here we go. So you got this going on, and this is the music that they don't block.
Right.
But every other track, like Michael Jackson and stuff, yeah, it get blocked. So I'm gonna use this still, but when it starts getting choppy, I don't know if you hear it, I'm gonna cut it off.
Yeah.
So when you're sharing, I was gonna tell staff when you're sharing Chrome tab, turn it off because it's gonna slow down everything. Like I'm watching my video right now and it's moving in slow mo.
Yeah.
So I can turn my video off and it might improve the quality, but unfortunately, it's like so that's just something to be mindful of. That's all.
Yeah, they only give you that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Journey.
Hey, Mr. Tyler.
Oh, 5 more minutes. Hey, Stucky. Okay, all right. So let's go through the list. Oh, yeah, a lot of people not coming in yet. I mean, probably late. I don't know. All right, so let's get started. Russia, are you ready or are you tied up with other things? 'Cause either way, it's cool.
Oh no, I was trying to do something, but I can do it.
Isn't it? Oh, I couldn't hear you. Sorry, Rush. What'd you say?
Oh no, I was saying I was doing something, but I can do it. I can stop real quick and do this.
Okay. All right. Just let me know. I know you got a lot on your plate like me. Does everybody see what's on my screen? Looks like it. Take it away, Mr. Rush.
Let me see. Hold on. Hey, Jalen, go ahead and read both of these for double points.
Learn how to forgive another person. Pay attention to common sacred. We never behave in a way that was good at ourselves at school from so coming to our students. Always act with integrity. We take pride in the Still Academy Southwest. Respect the opinions of others. Respect the culture of the classroom. We attend and participate. We have high traditions ourselves, including our teachers. We are here to focus on progress for post-secondary endeavors.
All right, good job, Jalen. All right, GGI Townhouse. It's mandatory, and I will need you guys to come on in today and help me out, man. You know, I'm gonna be talking a little bit about religion and stuff like that. Just beliefs and what y'all think. So come on in, starting the day, help me out, man. But just overall, GGI Townhouse, 11:15 Monday through Friday. You guys, it is mandatory. A lot of people don't know, or I guess they know, and maybe just got other plans. I don't know what will be going on, but it's mandatory, y'all. So tell your peers, let them know that they got to pop in the GGIs in town. It's 11:15 Monday through Friday. You know, it's a lot of information, a lot of job opportunities, a lot of credit and points being given away, specifically from Mr. Tyler and his class. So take advantage of these opportunities, y'all. When y'all go in there and y'all participate, just like how y'all getting points in this classroom right now for reading stuff and all that, y'all, that's going to carry over into GGI and Towns. You can load up and stack up in this class, and then you can go over GGI Towns and load up and stack up in there. So it's like, take advantage of these opportunities and stuff like that. It's nothing but good things that come out of GGI and Townhouse. So beneficial, like I said, job opportunities, money, post-secondary, which is careers after high school. At the high school, it's just a lot of stuff, man. It's very beneficial. So just show up, y'all. So all I do is just show up. All right, go ahead. All right, student referral contest. Again, like I said, no one took advantage of the first, second, or third place, which is pretty good money. So they only took advantage of the $50, because a handful of students at least recruited one student. So it's like, that's not really enough to make a real contest. So, that's why we don't have winners yet for the first, second, and third place. But that's something else I would take advantage of if y'all could. I would try to get y'all recruit on, man. Bring in a nice amount of students, family members, friends, whoever, you mess around, get that first place or that's something like that. I would jump, to the top of the mountain, to get that PlayStation 5 is about $600, I believe, something like that. So, just try to do what you can do to the extent that you can do it. Try to get who you can get, take advantage. Good, Tyler.
Okay, one moment. I'm gonna change screens for you.
Okay, that's cool.
So you know what I got to do next.
All right. This all you, Journey. When the screen load, this all you, Journey. All your points right here. Oh, Journey not there. All right, go ahead, David. You can still lose points. It's all you, David.
Which one?
Mr. Tyler, can I be excused for a second?
Yeah, come right back there.
What you say, David?
Which one?
Oh, right there. It's every Wednesday and Thursday.
Every Wednesday, Thursday. Learn the code from the comments.
Convenience.
Convenience of your home. Find and get extra credit for some of your classes. The pandemic effect on the code job market. Why learn to code? Surprisingly bored. Benefit of coding. Interesting.
Yeah, there you go. And that's every Wednesday and Thursday, y'all.
Very
Next
good,
slide.
very good. Yes, sir. 1 second.
Good job, David. Get your points for that.
Awesome job. Awesome job. I'll put this link in the chat for you guys. That includes you all if you participate. No one showed up yesterday. I was there. So, well, a few students did. So here you go, Rush. Okay, here we go. Come on, come on. There you go. And bam.
All right, Jalen, go ahead again.
Do you test to be able to complete the evaluation and editing? Hello all. Experienced STEM students, welcome to class. Inside the SB can access all proof for the videos of each class. These videos are normally ready to review by 4 p.m. daily.
All right, thanks, Jalen. We good. Next. All right. Okay. All right. I guess Jalen. I mean, not Jalen. David. I guess you can go again. I'll help you out.
Today, adjective. So we're able to determine the order pair x, and y from system of equation with two variable utilize the subtraction model.
So substitution, right?
David? Did you read the bottom line? Utilizing the substitution?
Utilize the substitution
method?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't hear you say it. I was making sure you synced it. Go ahead, read the welcome where it say welcome under there.
Welcome class. Class term of the day is superposition. Word of the day, degraduation. Degraduation.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think you said it. It's degradation. All right, cool. Next slide.
Rush, you are able to take a break. Great job, man. And great job, all that participated. Welcome back, Journey. I see you there. So look, yesterday, I think Michaela Smith was the only student I saw in Let's Code. I talked to some parents. There are other ways, more fun ways to actually get credit in these classes. And those are those after school programs. One of them is Let's Code. Like just mentioned, I put the sign up link in there. Participate. I think they're doing it tonight as well. You got to check with Miss Lane. And if you finish some of the assignments with her, they automatically help your score here. That's the incentive. So, you know, you got a little time after school, try to go and at least participate and do some of the assignments with her. And I'll be there to know who's getting it anyway sometimes. So, or she'll let me know. But everybody needs to be logged into ESB real quick, right? So let me close all this out because this is for computer science students. And we'll need that later. So you should see what I'm doing. Yeah. All right. Make sure you're logged into ESB. You all should know your accounts and info by now. And we're in second period physics. So I'm going to do this a little differently. The GGI link, as Mr. Rush had indicated earlier, is always at the top of the list. I'm going to try to be very, very on top of that. I'm human, but because we got a lot of things going on. But if you don't know, every teacher can provide this link for you. It's the same link. All right. Now, let's move on to today's assignment. So again, I want you, because a lot of students get confused, to find today's assignment either on the classroom view, I call it the Facebook view, where you scroll and scroll and scroll, or you could find it in your My Work section. What do I mean by My Work? So for example, let's just choose a student so you'll know what's going on. If I go to, for instance, Mr. Stuckey, right? And I come to his classes, he has me twice. We'll go to My Work. You'll see a graph, right? But since I haven't graded this assignment yet, I'm still chewing on how I'm going to give him points for it with participation and stuff. You go to assessments and you'll see what he's turned in late and everything else. You all have the same type of screens, right? If you see this blue E here, that means you still got close to an A. If it changes to a red N, which means needs improvement, that means you are not doing so well. So you might want to pay attention to how that changes. And when I change it, you'll see it either on your cell phone or in ESB as a message. You should take that serious because all the teachers know how to do this. That means you're slipping in your scores. So just like stock options, you want to track how well you're doing and stay on top of your work. Now, like I said, if you don't like the classroom view, go to your My Work section. You can do this for any class and look at what you have yet to do. You'll see a submit button. Now, for today's assignment, you have 10 hours from now to finish it. That's 10 hours, right? So what do I mean by that? So let me come down here, and it's 10 hours because it's due at 8. So let me come to the classroom view again and come out of Mr. Stuckey's information. So when y'all be talking about how I'm doing in class or the parents talking about it, be honest with your parent. Let them see, log in to ESB, because I'm going to tell the parent the same thing. Log into ESB and show them what you're doing. Be honest, because the parent's going to try to, if you know you got somebody that cares about you, make sure you do what you need to do so you can be successful. All right, we got 8 weeks together. We're running down on this week because we're on Thursday now. So be successful all throughout the whole time. Now, today's assignment, I'm going to put it in the chat. I got to do it in 2 parts. So I'm going to do this first section. Have, let's see who's here now. We got David. Journey's back. Journey, I want you to do it because you just came back. Let me put this in the chat. All right, Journey, can you read that for 30 points? You see it?
Yeah. Hello, our future physicists. Today is Mathematics Thursdays. Complete the following questions below. Note as synchronous problems are done in class, asynchronous problems are completed at home. Solve for the ordered pair X and Y using the system of equations via substitution method.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, so I'm going to circle over to, let's see, David. Can you read the next part? It starts with 2A. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, David. Journey, you stopped. You got to read all that. I just noticed.
Oh, equation 1.
Uh-huh.
42, is that a division sign?
Yes, ma'am.
42
That's
divided
division.
by 2x minus 20 divided by 5y equals 29. Equation 2, 488 divided by 4x plus 110 divided by 2y equals 14 divided by 2. Show our work.
Okay, so you stop that one, and then next would be, oh, he left. Darn it. I hope I didn't scare him away. Jalen, can you read the next part starting with 2A? I'm like, he just disappeared on me.
Is it in the chat?
Yes, sir. See where it says 2A?
Yeah. Equation 1, x with 8x minus 15 over 5, y equals 21. Equation 2, 777 over 7, x plus 333 over 3, y equal negative 14 over 2. Please remember to get maximum credit. All calculation steps for the final answers to the problem need to be uploaded to LSB via the same format that we have been using since the start of the quarter. This format is shown the video. Type Google Doc, convert it to PDF. Stay safe out there and then.
Awesome. Very good, man. You didn't even struggle at all. You're getting better. All right. So you see, everybody, those are simple ways to get participation points. You just engage, participate. No one really has to fail. If you show up every day and you're participating, the minimum you'll probably get is a D. But if you really want to get a C or higher, you just gotta do a little bit of work. Okay, meaning turn in assignments. You can't do no assignments and get a D though. You gotta do some work. So first things first, right? You already know what I'm about to say next. We're gonna do a little bit differently, so you all can, at least keep up and make it a little easier on you. But this week is what I'm doing is I'm gonna do it this way to try to help out students. But as we move on, the training wheels are gonna come off, right? Meaning if you ever rode a bicycle, you had training wheels, and that kept you from falling when you were trying to learn how to ride a bicycle. Now we're coming to a point where I put the training wheels on this whole week, and then next week you should know the process. Start a Google Doc, because I was told by my advisors I can't keep explaining the same process over and over again. It kills up time. So start a Google Doc. You do that by making sure you're logged into your Gmail account. So I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna log into my Camelot. And you want to do this because you want to be able to find any document that you were working on. You're not going to be able to do it if you got, like, say 3 Gmail accounts and you logged into the first one, but you did your work on the third one, if you understand what I mean. You need to keep consistent with the account you've been using so you can always find your work, because this is called a digital notebook. All right, so let's begin. We got docs, right? And then we come over here to blank document. We've been doing this since Monday, so everybody should be comfortable by now with this. All right. Now, the first thing you do is name your document. The reason you do this is because when you go through your Google Drive, you want to be able to easily find it on Friday, and that's tomorrow. You have a quiz tomorrow, so pay attention. Now, we're going to name it Due Now. Okay. And what we're going to do next is we're going to give it a date, and the date will be, let's see, where are we at? 8th? Is it 8th? No, it's 11th. What am I thinking about? I'm looking at a grade book. That's why I'm all messed up. And come down. And what else do we have here? We got to put our header. If you don't remember, that's your name. Not my name, but yours. You're going to type your name there, right? What the heck is up with this? Go here. There we go. So your name. That's mine. Google remembers my name. That's cool. And then, of course, next is the date again. And lastly, the period that you're attending. And this is a second period, right? So we're going to put second. And don't forget to put the name of the class. Yes, I will take away points if you don't do all these things, okay? Because you got students doing this and beyond. So physics is the name of the class with algebra. And today we're doing a lot of algebra in this problem. Next part is you want to go to the assignment and name it. So the name is right here. NSV, solve for the ordered pair. So solve for the ordered pair. Okay, we're going to center that. All right, and I dismiss that. Okay, so we're going to zoom in some so you can see everything. There we go. Make sure it's visible. You probably need to blast that up on some font levels. So let's say, let's give it font 14. So you really see what's going on. We're going to center our title. The next step is the exit slip, right? So the exit slip is composed of 2 things. And it's worth 25 points, right? Hope we're all doing this as I'm doing it. Don't do this at the last minute, do it now. All right. So what is it? What is it you need to do for the exit slip? Well, classroom term of the day. We just discussed that. And the word of the day is. So that was what? Let's revisit our objective, right? So let's come over here. And we have these here. And we have a student read that again. Let's see. David left us. So I think Journey, can you read the objective and the classroom term of the day and word of the day there?
Students will be able to determine order pair x and y for a system of equations with two variables utilizing the substitution method. Classroom term of the day is superposition. Word of the day, degradation.
Very good, ma'am. All right. She got 30 points for that. So let's go back to our document. We're going to put those two terms in there, right? Because that's what you need to do. You get the definitions of those two to get the points. So change this. And the classroom term of the day was, again, like Journey just said, superposition. Now you got to put, again, the definition. You can't, I spelled that wrong. You can't just put the word there, right? You got to actually put the definition. So I'm going to put define here. Today's a treat because I'm going to help you all out with this. I know everybody wants to study the material and understand what happened. And that's what's the next one. It was, what was our other word? It was linear. The word of the day was not that. It was a degradation, right? And you also, again, need to put the definition of such. I'll cheat a little bit and put that here. Okay, now we're ready for putting the problems in there that you guys got to work on, and gals. So let's go back to Esby. And it's also in the chat. You got literally copy the questions that were read earlier by Jalen and by Journey and put the questions in there. So 1S is the first one. That's your in-class problem we're going to do together. I'm going to grab that from Esby here. Or you can grab it from the chat like I did. And paste it right there. And then I want to grab the other one, which is your homework. You do it on your own. This is how you get practice, right? Hey, Ms. Vega. Oh, she left. Okay. All right. She just popped in and out. We're going to put this here. I'm going to tell her that David left a little early in case she was looking for him. All right. So I'm going to grab all this and just make it a little bigger so you can see it because it's at font 11. Okay. This is what you should have so far. So I want to help us out with this scroll up, scroll down stuff. And I want us to know what we're doing. So here's what I want you to do. For an additional 5 points each, I want you guys to real quickly put, I'm going to turn the chat on for a moment. I'm going to turn it off if no one responds. This is going to help you. Put your email address in the chat so I can share this document with you. And you could be following along. Now, here's the rule. Do not type in my document. Make a copy of it or copy the information over and, get it done. I think this will help a lot of students because they get hung up on how to type it and how to, so if you have a shared document, you can work with it. It'll really help you in your quizzes too. So I'm gonna start trying to do this every day, but need you to put your email address in the chat so you can take advantage of this opportunity. And I'm gonna share that out right now. So it makes it easier on you to follow along what I'm doing. You'll see what I'm typing in real time. So the chat is open. I'm just waiting on Journey and Jalen to put their emails in there. Is the chat working for you too, or is it blocked out? It should be open. Oh, there's Journey. So she's first. She got her 5 points just for helping herself out. And who else? We got Jalen we're waiting on. Journey, you might want to check your email. I just sent you a share. Oh, there is Mr. Stuckey. Let me grab his. All right, so I'm waiting on you two to get in there, and I'll continue on. Did you check your emails? Waiting on you two.
I got the email.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to continue because it's 10:39. We don't have a whole lot of time. We got a lot to do. So you guys try to keep up. Make sure you don't alter my document. Use it as a way to keep up with me. Okay? You need to take notes over. You're going to be responsible for the second problem. So you can't tell me to slow down because you now have access to what I'm working on in real time. If you just get to the link, you'll pop in and you can see it. If I were you, I would make two screens, right? Like I tell you in all classes. So this screen, and then if I were you, I'd open another Google Doc and keep mine's open and you can follow along, right? So you make sure you open a separate Google Doc. If you have one open already, that's cool. That's what I told you to do anyway. And you just do this, right? So you have two screens and you're able to keep up with me. Or you could tab it. I don't know. I'm trying to give you the easiest way to do it. Anyway, so let me keep it going. So the first thing you want to do is reduce all fractions, okay? So strategy. Reduce all fractions. And once you get in the document, you should see me typing as I go. So if you can't keep up, you got to get in that document, or you can't see, you got to get in that document. This will help y'all with the scroll up, scroll down. You'll know what you got to do. Don't alter my document. I keep saying that though. Make sure that you you make your own, right? And you try to keep up with me. So this is for physics. I want to make sure that's known. There we go. And when we say reduce all fractions, okay, I'm gonna put this here. You want to make sure. Oh, Jalen showed up. Cool. You want to make sure we're gonna take this. Anything that is divided is a fraction, right? And that's why I use parentheses so you can find out what the fractions are. So copy and put this here. Let's work on reducing equation 1 real quick. Space that out. Equation 1, I would give, you time to figure it out and get points, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to go through it because that will slow us down. So 42 divided by 2. If you don't know your multiplication tables, use Google. Google is your friend. What do I mean by that? So if I put here in Google, just go back a step, and I go up here and I put equal, and what I want is 42 divided by 2. Showing you how to use Google as a quick calculator. You got to put the equal sign first if you didn't see what I did, and just put what you want. So 42 divided by 2 is 21. Let's go here, and there's an x attached to it, so it's 21x now, right? Minus, well, 20 divided by 5. That should be easy, right? If it's not, then guess what? You can do this. That's going to be 20 divided by 5. 4, right? And as if you don't remember your multiplication tables. But there's a y attached to that, so it becomes 4y. Next, equals 29. You got to finish the equation off. Go to reducing equation 2. So I'm going to grab this. Now, these are the reduced forms of the equation where we start working on it. So now this is going to be 488 divided by 4. And don't forget, there's a negative right there. So we're going to put, oh, okay, y'all, I know. We're going to put in here, using our Google calculator, 488 divided by 4. That's going to be a negative number, but it comes to 122. And the reason it's negative is because there's a negative sign right there. So take your time when you're doing it. Okay. So we're going to put negative 122. And don't forget also, there's a variable attached to that number. So it's x. Plus, just finish the equation off. The next one is 110 divided by 2. So let's put that in there. Okay. And don't forget also, there's a y next to it. So it becomes 55. I'm literally showing you how to get your work done in multiple classes by using your Google calculator real quick. So you're not stuck. I don't remember. You try to get a piece of paper, you don't know if you're doing it right. Check your work using the internet correctly. Correctly. I say correctly because we search for all sorts of things. We don't know how to search for knowledge. All right, so what is this? That's easy. I can do that in my head, right? You should be able to. 14 divided by 2 is a -7. All right, so we got that out the way. Let's continue on. We're ready to do some algebra. So I'm going to put initial strategy here because it's what you do, meaning the first strategy. And then next, I'm going to say next, choose which equation you would like to use, not use, begin solving for the ordered pair. Now, ordered pair is like we said earlier. That's x, comma, y. What we're solving for. We got to find both of them. Substitution method requires you to substitute things into other parts so that you can actually find one variable and then go back and find the other in the end. Okay, let's snooze all this because they are talking too much for me. Stop. People like to chat. Okay, I'm about to turn this on mute. Hold on. Because I can't teach and then it's like too much chat going on. Chatty people. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up. Okay, so let's go down. So I'm gonna, it doesn't matter really which equation you start with, as long as you're consistent. Meaning you start with it and you keep up. But most students get confused if I use equation 2 or equation 1. I generally will start with the equation that has the smaller numbers by the variables. And that's equation 1, because it's already 21x versus 122 or negative 122x. Those are bigger numbers. So let's start with this equation. And the reduced equation is the one you want to use. Which reduced, I should say, right there, equation you like to use. All right. Journey, do you see what I'm doing at all? Because it doesn't look like you're in the document, or are you just looking at the screen? Is this working for you or no? I don't see her name. I see Jalen's in there. Okay, she might be busy with something. All right, so let's continue on. So we're going to use this. And I know it gets students confused when I solve for x. Let me solve for y instead of x. So I'm gonna start with just x. You can do it either way, again, once you stay consistent. So I chose that. Now solve for x, right? Come down one, I'm gonna grab this equation one more time. Now, I'm doing this way because I want everybody to have a fair shot on that quiz tomorrow. I'll put that there. And what are we working with? Well, if we're solving for x, you're solving for x using algebra. You're going to come here and rewrite the equation, and we're going to begin rewriting. Do this so it's not confusing. Rewriting the equation once more. We're going to put it on our workbench and start solving for it. Now, the whole purpose of algebra is what you do to one side, you got to do to the other, right? I feel like I'm fighting the clock. 20 minutes up. But let me get all this out, and we're going to review the objective one more time. So what do you do? Well, you'll notice that x is right here. What we want to do is get this 4y on the other side of the equation. So here's the change. It's going to be plus 4y, right? You want to do the opposite. It's minus 4y plus 4y. So this is the change right here. So you'll know what changed in the next step. And then don't forget what you do to one side, you got to do to the other. So we're going to take this on the other side of the equation and do it over here as well. Now, some things are going to cancel out. What's going to cancel out is the 4y, so that's going to be equal to 0. Right. Text. I'm going to cross it out. We have a new equation now. So let's rewrite what it should be. And that is going to simply be, remember, this is 0. It's going to be gone. Leave you with just this. All right. Now something else has to happen. We got to still get x by itself. We're not done there. And then we can take this and substitute it into equation 2. That's our new equation. I'm going to come down here and grab it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to notice this is 21 is actually 21 times x. So we just do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So I'm going to come here and divide by 21. And these are the changes from the previous step to the next. And the one in red is the changes. So I'll just put a parenthesis there and a parenthesis there. What you do to one side, you do to the other. So we're going to put parentheses around this entire expression on the other side of the equal sign. And this is going to be divided by, like I said, 21. That changes it a lot because you got to divide 21 into both of those. Okay. Okay. So now let's rewrite this because it becomes something different. Something cancels out, and then you got to rewrite it with 2 fractions. We're going to change those fractions in a moment. So I'm going to come down 1 and put this here. Your new equation looks like this. So 21 divided by 21 is 1. That goes away. And then this changes to 21, 4y divided by 21, and 21 also divides by that 29 there. So let's show what happens with this slowly. And then we're going to come over here as well, right? Put some parentheses, and don't forget 21 divides there as well. Okay. So that's what changed. Now let's real quickly reduce those fractions so we're not carrying fractions everywhere. I know everybody doesn't like fractions. So what do we get? Well, let's look at what Google says it can. In case you're not comfortable doing old school division, our first fraction setup is equal sign, and then we put what? 29 divided by 21. That yields us 1.38, and there's no variable next to it. So let me rewrite this as what? I'm just helping you out so you don't have to use a fraction. Not a lot of people are scared of fractions for some reason. This becomes, what is it, 1.38. And then don't forget, you have another fraction here, and that's simply 4 divided by 21. Don't forget the y is attached to that once you change it. So let's put it in our calculator. 4 divided by 21. That's going to be 0.19 y, right? Let's remove that, and then all of this. That's going to be 0.1989 y. Okay. So far, so good. We're almost ready to, well, we are ready to substitute and finish this problem off. And we're doing good on time. So let's see here. I'm going to go to format. No, I'm going to go colors, right? And just make that solid black. So I'm going to highlight this in yellow because we're going to come back to this. It's not fully solved for x yet. So we got to come back to that. So next step is now solve, or now substitute above partial, it's not the full, partial solution x, not about, above. Come on, Google. Help me out. There we go. Above partial solution for x into equation, the reduced equation 2. Right? And here's how you do that. And come over here and deselect that highlight. It's too bright in my eyes. Okay. And underline that because that's the next step. And what do I mean by that? I'm going to come up here and remember equation 2 is reduced right here. We're going to use this one. I hope this document is helping you all so you can see what's happening in real time, or you're at least logged in like Jalen. Journey, what's the verdict with you? Are you okay over there? I don't think you ever logged in.
I'm following along.
Oh, so you're using the screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, either way, as long as you can keep up. So next is, right, I told you what, we're going to substitute this in here. So this x will go inside of this x right here. Don't get confused. This is the substitution part. And, you know, the video will be available. I'm moving a little fast because we're going to be going to GGI in a moment. But it's a lot more we got to do. And I want to make sure you have all the steps. So when you try out the homework problem on your own, 2A, tonight, you'll have this to review. Okay, so let me go through it. Now, that simply means, I'm going to put parentheses here, that inside of that x, I'm going to put what we found here, this partial solution for x. Okay. So next, we got to do some what's called distribution or distributive property. My tongue wasn't working right. But what does that become? How do we simplify this equation? It looks big and scary, but it's not. So we're going to put equal sign, right? And you're going to take the 122, the negative 122, and multiply it by both of the elements inside. So the first one is negative 122 multiplied by 1.38. And that becomes negative 168. So let's rewrite this part, right? Negative 168.36. And then we got to do the same thing for this one right here, right? It'll be something y. So it's going to be negative 122, right? Multiplied by, and it's positive, but it's going to change to negative 0.19, and y is attached to that. So it's going to be a negative, come over here, right? And it's going to be minus 23.18. Don't forget y is right there. All right, I see we have some like terms we need to work with. And like terms are the numbers that have the same variable or letter attached to it. So we just got to put them together. First, let me turn this off for you guys. How am I doing? 1056. All right, so far so good. So if you're not seeing this, your like terms are these two. All right. Now, I'm going to try to combine them in our next step. And that's just going to be 23. Don't get confused the letters. You just take the numbers and you either, you use a mathematical operator. We got one number that's negative and one number that's positive. So if you're confused about that, again, you could use, you're not cheating, you're just helping yourself out so you can remember how to do it. So it's going to be minus 23.18 plus 55. That yields 31.82. All right. If you're confused about that, review your integers. So what was it again? I think it was 31.82. I want you to come over here and it's plus. That's because 55 was more positive than the negative 23. All right. Turn it off. The heck? No, I didn't want you to do that. I said turn off the highlight, fam. There we go. So now we gotta do some algebra to get y by itself and then go back and find x. And then we pretty much do it through this problem. We can review our objective. Here, so remember our algebra steps. We want to get everything around the y on the other side of the equation. So what do? Well, I see this right here. We need to move that first and then get next to that y. So let's just grab this, come over one and put that there for you guys. And remember, this is not going to be negative. And so it's going to be the opposite. This is a negative, right? And this is the change. Okay, so what you're doing on one side, you need to do to the other. So it's going to be positive, that number. Okay. And things are going to cross out now. So let's copy it to the other side. And on the other side of the equation, you're going to have a combination of that -7 and that 168. So this goes to 0, right? That's gone. And actually, this is gone too, but I digress. Let's do that just to stay safe. All right. So that's actually all crossed out right there. But over here, you got to combine these two numbers. So that's a -7 plus 168. That's an easy one in my head, but if it's hard, because I think it's like 168, 161, I think. So just going off the top of my head. But if you're not sure, use your calculator. So that'll be what? Type it in as you think it should, as it shows you. So that's going to be -7 plus 168.36. And that gives us, like I said, 161. Now, if you can do that in your head, again, you can use your Google calculator. Okay, it's 11:10. I got to hurry up because we're almost through with this. So that's, again, let's come over here. 161.36. It's all right, though, because they be getting on my case about letting y'all leave a little early anyway. Over here, that's your new equation. Of course, we're not about y yet. We still got to change the y value, right? Let's do that. And it's going to be, say, it's similar to saying 31.82 multiplied by y. The reverse of multiplication algebra is called division. So come over here and this, and this, and we're going to divide by what we don't want, which is this. All right? And I'm going to show you the changes in a moment. This is a change. Where are you at? And this is a change. What you do to one side, again, ladies and gentlemen, you got to do to the other. So let's grab this. We divide it by what we don't want next to y. Parentheses around that joker. Divides cleanly. Hear what nobody says. This is like computer science, even if you're still doing math. And you do this. So we got to cross out some things, right? And what will happen is this is gone, right? Because that number divided by that number is going to become 1. Now we got to figure out what this is going to be. And all we got to do is divide the numbers out. So when we divide them out, let's do that in Google real quick. We should get what? Well, let's type it in. So equal sign, and it's 161.36 divided by, hit the division button, 31.82. That becomes 5.07. So I'm going to write in 5.07. Now, this is not the end. You got one of the order pair. Let's finish it off. I'm going to highlight that because we got to use that somewhere else. Remember a long time ago, we had that partial solution for x. This thing here. We're going to take this y and plug it into that y, and then we'll have our order pair. So let's do that so we can hurry up and finish because we got about a couple more minutes of class left in the GGI. So what does that mean? Or a student said, what you mean? Highlight that in yellow. And like I said, now use the solution for y above to solve for the partial solution of x, x prior. Well, let's do that. That means simply come up here and take this, what we had before, and use that y we just found using that into solving for this final part. So let me just turn this off real quick. Okay. Okay, there we go. And then let that be underlined. Now I'm going to come here, I'm going to rewrite it, and I'm going to put y inside of it because we're at the finish line with this joker. 11:04, I'm doing good. And what happens is we have what was it? We're gonna put parentheses here, and we're gonna put inside of these parentheses what we found earlier, which is 507. And luckily, I'm gonna show you a technique with Google. For students that don't have access to computers and stuff, you always use your internet. So what is the final answer, right? You can do this by using your order of operations, or you can use Google correctly, which means you come here and you say, and type it in as I done, if you got that part, is a Google = I need a calculator, type in 1.38 plus 0.19 parentheses. You have to do that because of order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, right? Don't forget about that from elementary school. 5.0 close parentheses, enter. Your final answer comes to 2.34. And we're going to rewrite this in the final statement. So 2.34. Look at Journey. She's in there. She's taking notes. I see her. So it's 2. That's why I did that. 34. And I'm going to highlight that because that's one of our final answers. And we're going to write the final statement, which means, and you have to do this in the very end, the ordered pair for this system of equations. That's, that's what we did. And the order pair is always x comma y, right? So Journey jumping in like Spider-Man. Took some notes. So I'm gonna keep doing this because it seems like it's helping the students. There go Journey again. Is you see, just put your x comma y at this point. So it is what? Look at our x. That's going to be what? We said 2.34, right? Comma. What's our y? 5.07. That is your final answer. So when you do these problems, they have 3 final answers: x, y, and then you say what they are together. And that sentence says it. We'll bold this. And that is the final part. So I want you to use what you learned, and this document will be available to you all night long. I'm not going to delete it. But what you can't do is turn in the same document to me, and you didn't do at least the homework problem. And if you guys did it successfully, I'll continue to do it the rest of the quarter. I'll make sure to the start of class, I'll tell everybody put your email addresses in there, and you'll be able to follow along with the notes. But the stipulation is y'all better be trying to do the practice problems. Let's review our objective and get ready for GGI. So what was our objective today? Let's blow this up. Who wants to do it? Either Journey or Jalen? It's 30 points. So who wants to take advantage of that?
Me.
Me. He said that with bass in his voice. Go right ahead, sir.
Okay. Today
Go ahead, my man. Huh?
Today objectives, right?
Both. You gotta do both, man. The word and the welcome. Yeah, come on.
Today just determine the order pair x and y for a system of equations with 2 variables utilizing the substitution method. Physics. Welcome classroom term of the day is superposition. Word of the day is degradation.
Say it with me. Shun. Okay. Start learning to break your words up so you can say them. Okay. Does everybody have? If everybody see in EDSB the GGI link?
Let me see.
You gotta go to GGI because there's opportunities, and I'm giving out a few points here and there for participating. So if you don't have it, I'm gonna put it in the chat for you. Journey, I'm gonna let you get the last few points. You see it? All right, but hold on. Let me get Journey her points, and then we're gonna get over to GGI. Grab this. All right, Journey, you there with us? Or you busy in the document?
I'm here.
Okay, let me grab this. And Journey, I just want you to read this little bit for 15 points.
Townhouse and GGI is mandatory for all students' life skills class. Also, there are tons of awesome opportunities that students can take advantage of. Log in today and get some extra credit for participation. See you there soon.
All right, ma'am. All right. So I want everybody to head on over to GGI. I see you there. And try to get that second problem done on your own. Use what I showed you in the notes to do the second problem. 8 p.m. You got to turn in. Jalen, get on over there, man. I'm about to close this room up. Yeah. All right. All right, Rush.
I just got off of 2 meetings. Goodness gracious. 2 meetings. Yeah. And I just got done.
2 meetings?
I was just about to. It was a Bulldog one and another meeting about the recruitment, but I